I will not have any script on this update. But if you want to know about what's happening about Manny Pacquiao, his next fight, this is the most recent update. Now, I will do this in Taglish. Para po sa fairness and equality of reporting. Now, I must admit, I apologize. Sometimes we get too excited about the news. And let me just say this again. I got the news from a reliable source that never failed me. All right? But, I'm going to react to this article written by our friend Homer Saison, who basically, parang ang nangyayari dito, hindi totoo yung una na nireport natin. At hindi lang kay Homer Saison ang re-reacta natin. I will be reading it verbatim. Okay? Ipapakita ko rin sa inyo isa pang piece na re-reactan ko na mukhang medyo maraming matatamaan na mga vloggers. Ito po ay sinulat naman ng ating ding kaibigan na si Nick Gyongko na nakasama pa natin sa Kenneth Lober Presscon kahapon lamang. No, ito ay nabasa ko lamang kanina pagkagising ko. So, I'm gonna react to this because this is a good piece. Alright? Pero sa mga nagtatanong at sa mga nagtataka, tuloy ba talaga yung Pacquiao versus Lomachenko? At ano ba talaga ang istorya? Para namang hindi kayo bago. No? Marami naman talagang lumalabas na mga rumors kay Manny Pacquiao about his next fight. But what's special about this one? Why suddenly this is a big concern to everyone? My name is Pow Salud from Powcast Sports. Let's talk about this and himayin po natin yung artikulo. Again, courtesy na agad sa spin.ph at sa Tribune, a Daily Tribune or tribune.net.ph. Pow Salud, Powcast Sports, here's the truth.
Here comes the boom, boom, pow. Powcast Nation, stand up now. Get ready for the truth. Powcast, the pioneer, the original Pow. Sports updates, join Powcast Nation. Powcast Sports number one. Powcast Sports, the number one independent sports voice in the Philippines.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Number one independent sports voice in the Philippines. I am by myself. I serve the sporting industry. All right? So when I hear about news like this, especially from a long-time source, I'm excited to share this. I'm always excited. Nothing beyond that. No, if some people think that I'm trying to insinuate other things. No, I do not care about what happened internally. I only care about Manny Pacquiao coming back to boxing. And I am excited. I was excited when I received that news about Manny Pacquiao fighting again. Now, of course, for me, really, it doesn't matter who Manny Pacquiao is fighting because like I always said, Manny Pacquiao today is a bonus round. Manny Pacquiao could have retired years ago, but he has given us more opportunities to see him. And obviously, boxing community in the Philippines still needs Manny Pacquiao because there's really no one else that's as popular, as engaging as him. No one else. Now, before we get lost in translation or with the topic, let me go ahead and show this first. So, this was the photo that I shared about the Lomachenko. And to tell you honestly, I'm very, very happy because I'm getting the traction, the respect from my peers in blogging, even in the media industry. I heard a lot of rumors and a lot of people saying, okay, pinost na ni Powcast yan, pwede na yan, totoo na yan. But again, I did post this. Manny Pacquiao is reuniting with Top Rank, is set to make his return to the ring in January 2026. Reports indicate that Vasily Lomachenko is being considered as a potential opponent for a highly anticipated comeback fight. Developing story. Now, it garnered 8.4K reaction and 835 shared. I can't blame the people because if it's boxing, and hopefully in basketball too, then Powcast is the one of your reliable source. So I cannot blame if this turns out to be incorrect, then may kasabihan nga sa mga media, na kuryente, nasunog. So, looking at it, because of the developing story, mukhang masusunog yata si Pow Salud. But the thing about Pow Salud, it's not the first time that I made mistake. I take risk because you cannot be great if you don't take risk. And I made mid decision. Sometimes it's wrong, sometimes it's right, but I owned up to this. Now, I've seen a lot of news articles from people that I know. Okay, and one of which actually, noong una, I saw an article from Joseph Ramos of Business Mirror that he had interviewed Bob Arum, and then Bob Arum has also denied. Okay, so I'm gonna again. This is in the interest of fairness. So right now, this is a big news. This is what I'm gonna react to. I already talked to Homer Sison and said I'm gonna read this and react to this verbatim. So let me read this because someone might be watching it and might wanna consider me as a reporter or a talk show. I can do English and Tagalog. I'm not that great, but I'm one of the most passionate guys that you will see in sports, especially in boxing. But let me read this right now. Lomachenko, manager, shut down talk of a Pacquiao fight. That's the big headline. Basically putting a water on the fire of Lomachenko and Pacquiao. And here's the kicker, the subtitle, which is... Again, I'm just reading the news. The real thing is, or the real story, or whatever would happen, it will all reveal. But according to this, we are not interested, regardless of whatever it is, a real fight or an exhibition. Vasily is retired and doing other things in his life, says Egis Klimas. Klimas po. Klima. Medyo parang kulang lang letter S. That's the manager of Vasily Lomachenko. So let me read this again. Chicago. After the initial fireworks through a barrage of press releases, again, the press releases, and social media posts, the news that Manny Pacquiao was set to fight Vasily Lomachenko turned out to be a dud. Okay. As enticing as that duel might be, it simply isn't true. And this is the quote right now. We are not interested regardless of whether it is a real fight or an exhibition. Vasily is retired and doing other things in life. Egis Klimas, the longtime manager of Lomachenko. I'm getting hot here. Let me turn on the air conditioning. I forgot to turn on the air conditioning because I don't usually do reaction early in the morning. I think my eyes are still puffy. But anyway, last Tuesday, several media outlets reported the planned Pacquiao-Loma showdown, a development that an advisor of the former senator described as a process, its infancy stage. Okay, all right. Now here's the kind of curious part. Okay, sabi dito, and let me change this a little bit so para mas makita niyo pala. Dami kasing commercial dun sa... Maraming commercial eh, oh. Maraming commercial yung spin. Wala, talagang hirap. Hindi talaga mabasa, guys. So, sorry. Ayusin natin ulit. Okay. So, let's continue. Klimas acknowledged that he indeed got a few calls regarding a Pacquiao bout, but he clarified none of those calls were from Pacquiao's camp. Oh, I see. So there was really something going on. Right, and that's just the truth. So that is why there's a rumor, because I always believe when there's smoke, there's fire. So there is some discussion. So it is on this very transparent piece by Homer Sison. It's unclear which third party is attempting to negotiate on behalf of boxing only 8 division champ, but published reports have indicated a tie-up between the Filipino ring icon and Industry, a company that offers live streaming events and celebrity content. Now, 37-year-old Lomachenko, 18-3 with 12 knockouts, once ruled the featherweight, super featherweight, and lightweight division. He is currently in Ukraine, a return to the ring farthest from his mind. Should he choose to unretire, though, Top Ranked own his promotional rights. Even if that were the case, agreeing on the weight class to which to fight in fight in possess a huge obstacle. So tama din naman because Manny Pacquiao is fighting in 147 and Lomachenko is a 135 pounder. So that's the same thing that I said on my initial reaction when I heard about this news. Okay, so that's clear. So I'm reading this. Should he choose to unretire? No, that's not it. Nasaan na ba tayo? Pacquiao, 62, 8-3 with 39 knockout, last fought this past July 19, challenging the 147-pound belt of Mario Barrios, an action-packed encounter that ended in a controversial draw. Lomachenko, on the other hand, had never boxed beyond 135 pounds, including in his final bout last May 2024 when he scored an 11-round TKO over George Cambosos to annex the IBF crown in Perth, Australia. Okay. As the drumbeat continues to for Pac-Man Loma Dance, it is more increasingly likely that the 46-year-old legend and Hall of Fame inductee next fight will be a real one and not an exhibition inserted with a concert. As of posting time, Rolly Romero and Shakur Stevenson continue to be on target as the next assignment of Pacquiao. Oh, this is new. Shakur Stevenson. This is new, Homer, huh? I never heard of the Shakur Stevenson potential opponent of Pacquiao. So I guess I could also write this. I could also put a rumor in this. Okay, so again, in fairness and for fairness and equality, yan. I think it's not enough for me to just share the news, the article itself from spin.ph. I actually would like to react on this on video. Also, I see this piece from Nick Gyonko. I'm not gonna fully read this one, but the story is connected with the recent announcement of or news shared by vloggers about Pacquiao Lomachenko. Nick, this is not the first time the vloggers have did this. And I know it's kind of frustrating because there's a lot of fake news. But as you know, this one is a little bit different because this one came from a press release. Right? But there is a lot of this type of things. There's a piece here, there's a line here that I would like to read from the piece of Sir Nick Gyonko. Again, with all due respect, I see him every time on a boxing event. The release was reported by Giant TV Network and got picked up by outlets. A lot of them bloggers prioritizing sheer content over quality, obviously unaware of boxing wheeling and dealing. But again, I guess in some ways, bloggers and media are the same, but in some ways there are also difference in reference to because you guys are professional. I mean, maybe this is right for most of the. I mean, and I will admit this, but not for me. Okay, I actually called a lot of people before I published this. Okay, even my source. I have to triple check my source, but yeah, again, it is what it is. But this is the one that I. This is big. if you're a vlogger listening to this, so if you ask a casual fight fan right now about Pacquiao, he might say that Jensen Southpaw is facing Lomachenko and not Romero, because that's what they watch online from some guy who probably wearing a torn and ratty boxer brief underneath his makeshift desk. Ooh, buti na lang bago yung boxer ko nasuot. And this is not a makeshift. Hindi naman ako yan. Ano? Not saying that every vloggers fits this description, but a lot of them do. The vast majority, I guess. That said, things is that boxing fans, mostly Filipinos, tend to rely on information from them when in fact the report came from stories or article, even posts made by legit writers. Yan, that's a bad thing naman talaga about vloggers. They don't give credits. I've said this to my group. No, sometimes they forget to give credit, and I feel the same thing, Sir Nick. Actually, I go, and you know that I go from the smallest boxing event to the biggest boxing event in the Philippines myself. I do my interviews, and my videos are being pirated by other vloggers. You know, sometimes I complain, but you know, I don't know. I cannot do anything anymore because I've tried copyright, and sometimes I'm sasabihan pa nila na it's ano ka, parang mapapasama ka ba. All right, but you know, for all the vloggers that listening, if we see Sir Nick wrote it, Sir Homer wrote it, or anyone wrote it, I mean, common courtesy that we at least say, parang sa boxing, no? If you don't have a direct source and you read it from a news outlet, at least courtesy, Nick Yonko reported it first. Ganun dapat. You know, again, we are all, and whether we like it or not, the vloggers and the traditional media, the lines are thinning. You know, and whether we like it or not, social media is getting more and more stronger than ever. And that is why even mainstream media are on social media. This balance the ecosystem. And unfortunately, not a lot of us are well trained and has the courtesy or siyempre the training of a journalist. So the mindset and the goals is different. Like the quality versus quantity. You know, we all want to earn a living. Okay? But, you know, I would say this. You know, social media, I get frustrated when there's a news about a good thing and there's a news about an accident or something bad. The something bad tends to be it gains more popularity than the real news. And who can blame these bloggers who want to earn more by doing that kind of news? Because the platform itself is pushing this kind of news. So again, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to me. I got the original content and the full interview, and then someone get the clips and then package it, and they turned out to be getting a lot more views and earning a lot more money than I do. For personally, we all have the same frustration with fake news and bloggers that doesn't give credit and then steal your content, steal your idea, steal your piece. But again, this is an unfair world. All right? And I think we are old enough to realize that everyone will do everything to be able to take advantage. If we are not strong enough, if we are not flexible enough, then we cannot survive. Then, you know, or, you know, we have to do, I mean, these people are doing their things. I mean, we need, I think for me, I can influence to the best that I can about how to properly do this. But I too make mistakes. And I apologize for that. I too make a lot of claim that turned out to be wrong. I too hurt people. I too, in some way, make some biased opinion according to many people. You know, but it is what it is. We all make mistake. we all serve someone, and but the thing is, all else fails. For me personally, I only serve one, and everything that I do it for the glory of God. And sometimes it's risky, but I just gotta do this. So, anyway, guys, I hope this clear things out. I am always open. This platform is always open. If any of you guys want to be in front of my platform, you are open to do so, and you can reach out to me. I'll be willing to interview you for content, obviously, but also to be fair. My name is Pow Salud. I am the number one independent sports voice in the Philippines. Only the truth.